Na 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 na. Spyderco. Na 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 na. Spyderco, Spyderco in the TMP Knife Show tabletop review. C229 Shaman. Musical intro from Nut and Fancy. Don't know if I've ever done that before, ever. Maybe I'll do it from now on when I talk about Spyderco, a favorite brand. Applying the Batman theme, the classic TV series, Batman television theme. Yeah, I know. I guess I'm ancient that I would remember that. Yeah. I carry more Spyderco, it seems like, than any other brand. I've said that in a lot of other KRVs. They just work for me. They work for me. I'm going to show you some competitive options that are in the family with the C229 Shaman, which, by the way, is a great blade. It is recommended. And it reminds me of some other blades, so we'll just kind of have a fun time doing the KRV. The KRV. The official watch for the review, sitting on the TMP wood plank. Just got that, by the way, for display purposes. Found it in some field. It's a Citizen Navahawk, dudes. Oh, man, do I love this watch. HOF, bro. Has all types of computational functions that nobody uses. It's just for looks. Very complex watch, but the hands stand out with super legibility. That's what I love about this version of the Navahawk. Solar powered Anodage, has a large face, not too thick to wear, not too heavy. I peeled off the rubber strap on this particular version and put on a gray NATO strap. And it improved it like, I don't know, 100% for me. Tactical Doodle's been wearing this one. Been flying his little planes around with it. I told him like 2 months ago, I was like, dude, you still have my Navahawk? You need to send it back to me. So he did. I was like, because I'm coming up on the tabletop review of it. I'll probably go light on the functions. Otherwise, people's eyes will glaze over. It does a lot. I'll probably focus on the legibility, the looks, the second cool factor, and then the digital presentation that you have in the Navahawk. Kind of a nice, you know, change from Casios, which are amazing. Here's a Casio PRG 600 in tactical black. Links below. This is HOF also. Actually with a much more legible display than the Navahawk. I mean, look at that display on that suckers. Oh, dudes. ABC, solar powered. Actually, I take it back. I don't think this one's A. It's not an atomic watch. This one needs to be recharged. See, watch. See, it says M right there, so my solar power cell is about medium power. Oh, that's right. It's a knife review. I do cross reviews in the videos. Been doing it for a couple years. It's kind of fun. Guys like it. I like the knife. Let's talk about philosophy of use. What would you use a C229 for? What would I use it for? Guys, dial into the KRV show here for that. I think it could function both in EDC and as an emergency defensive tool. If the truth is thrown here on the table, and it is, it's a great knife for any one of those roles. Now, as an EDC blade, I will tell you, I usually like something lighter. This is 5.2 ounces. I'm going to show you some competitive offerings again, which are lighter and more preferred by me for both of those roles, actually. As emergency defensive, we call it tactical here, and also EDC blade. But either one of those, it could totally function. 5.2 ounces is okay. I mean, for years I talked about the 4-ounce limitation, but now that I'm wearing like 5, 6, 7-ounce watches, who cares, right? Sometimes, not always. And the watch I'm actually wearing now is a super affordable, aka $60 Casio NTD 320 in blue. Look how pretty that watch is. Link below. And buy it quick, because I who knows when I post the official review on the watches. I just did the Wegener C-Force and Squadron GMT. The prices on both of those watches, since they've been discontinued, those versions doubled from when I tweeted it out to my guys. So anyways, there you go. Yeah, so tactical blade, EDC blade, you betcha. Totally. And let's look at the blade shape. Very similar to a lot of the other Spyderco offerings that we see. Big old Spidey hole and stone-washed finish. I just love it. The steel choice is S30V. I have no problems with that at all. And this is a U.S. production blade. Golden, Colorado produced. There's the insignia. That might account for some of the cost. And I say it with that style of inflection because there are a lot of Taiwanese blades that Spyderco does that are like $200 plus. So maybe it accounts for the cost, maybe not. But Golden, Colorado factory always puts together a very nice blade. Very nice blade. So the shape is really good for just EDCing. It's not like a huge fat leaf shape that we see on some other blades. The Tenacious comes to mind. Resilience to a lesser extent because the resilience is more stretched out, so it has more length to it. It's more of a, in my way of thinking, a tactical blade. The Spyderco resilience is what I'm talking about. This has a good balance, flat ground. There's your taper right here. Blade length is 3.6 inches, which is kind of a larger blade, but again, if we're going to use it for a tactical blade, rock on. That's what we want. And here again, I'll just jump into this right now. We see perfect jimping, dudes. Oh man, is that good. It is so freaking awesome on the C229 Shaman. Top, bottom, just locks right in there. Just like, well, another stablemate, the Mannix 2. I'm going to bring it in right now. And this knife, all day long, reminds me of the Mannix. It does. I don't have a Mannix 2 XL. Maybe it would resemble that one more in size and weight. I don't know. But I do have this sick blue version. And I raved about that knife too. Basically every Mannix I throw on the table, which whether it's the G10 version, the ball bearing lock, this one, or the lightweight, I have one right here, I'll show you in a sec. I rave about them. They're super cool. But these two knives remind me of each other. The Shaman and the Mannix. Very, very similar. And I gotta do this now. If this knife were to mate with this cold steel knife, you'd probably get the C229. And the knife I'm referring to is the Raja 2. What? What are you talking about, Nutnfancy? I'm talking about the handle, not so much the blade shape. And this is like a medium-sized Raja 2. But the handle of this knife really reminds me of that knife. So if these two knives got it on and they had a baby, it would be this knife. This is me. I love the Raja 2, by the way. It's so awesome. This is my own Raja. I got skateboard tape on it. Just a cool little blade. It really is. Triad lock. Here we go with a cold steel review and a Spyderco review. Super cool knife. But the handle is what I'm getting at. The handle is very reminiscent. Yeah, the shape's a little bit different. And some other knives that have had this style of handle to it. Just a thought. Yeah, Mannix, you're going to stay on the table while we talk about the Lockup and Speed on the C229. This is a cool knife. It really is. First up, notice there's no occlusions going on here with a Spidey hole. Occlusions being that it's hard to access the hole. Nope. Right there, big old deployment hole. Do a shakeout deployment, standard deployment. Lockup is flawless, of course. Compression lock in this Spyderco offering. Do I prefer it over a ball bearing lock or some other type of lock? Well, you know, the paramilitary is using it, and I had a paramilitary in my pocket earlier. I don't have it now. I don't mind it. What I found with some knives, if I pop it out, I'll get a, you know, a pinch with a compression lock on my finger. Well, poor baby. I know, it's a minor thing. I like the compression lock. I do. I think I like the ball bearing lock a little bit better on the Mannix. There you go. There's my truth right there. Throwing it out there. Steel, excellent. The edge, by the way, is super awesome. I don't have to do work on this edge out of box. Unlike some other knives. Look at the stop pin here, interior. There's some of your weight right there. So you can see it's a steel lined handle. There are some mini skeletonizing holes in there. The handle itself, by the way, dudes, is really smooth. G10 handle, it's just really smooth and comfortable. Like a lot of times I'll cover hot spots of knives in terms of ergonomics. This has approximately 0 hot spots. Well done, Golden, Colorado. That is a smooth, comfortable handle. Really nice. Mini Torx. You can take it apart if you need to. And then we have the standard Spyderco clip. It's okay. And a standard depth of carry with this arrangement. They've been doing this on all types of blades. We've seen it forever on the affordable, Resilience, and Tenacious, and those other style of knives. They do the same exact 3-screw attachment method. And it is repositionable to all 4 corners in the Shaman. Shaman, however you want to say it. It's Shaman, Nut and Fancy. It's Shaman. The wise village elder. Okay, Shaman. Shaman. This is a cool knife. It really is. Would I buy it? Yeah, totally. Totally would buy this knife. Excellent. And then let's look at competitive offerings right here. So in the family comes a Manix 2 lightweight. I think this was Cutlery Shop's version. And I think Jeff sold out of them. You might click over there and see if he still has them. So this is S90V Special Edition Orange. Manix Orange. If I'm remembering right, I think I am. And we have the same excellent construction. US produced construction. Great jimping, perfect. Same lockup. And this has my more preferred spring wire clip on it. So a little bit deeper carry. It's just cool. I like it. It's less obtrusive. This is one of my all-time favorite Spyderco knives right here, the Manix lightweight. All the lightweights are cool. And then speaking of Cutlery Shop special editions, this was his native orange. I reviewed that separately about 4 months ago. I don't know if he still has these. US produced, native, standard clip, repositionable to 4 corners. S90 in this one too. Well done, Jeff. Well done, bro. Let's do a size comparison though against this. So the native versus a Shaman. This is a smaller knife. This is a great EDC knife, but this can be EDC. It can be a, you know, a Mercy defensive tool. Like I said, here it comes up against this Manix lightweight. Pretty close blade sizes, really. Pretty close. This is more of a saber grind on the C229, and it's a bigger blade, a little bit more reach. Also food preparation. I think you could food prepare with the Shaman all day long, I think. Great blade. The only thing I think guys will complain about is the cost. It's, you know, subject to change. I don't know, 180 bucks. I'll put a Blade HQ link below, and also if they sell out, sometimes they do. If they have it, I haven't really checked. Maybe Amazon has it too. But it's a great knife. I think the high points are the overall quality, the fit and finish is flawless. It really is. The handle I absolutely love on this knife. As far as first cool functionality and comfort, the handle is just perfection. And I didn't mention this. It actually has some really excellent traction on it. It doesn't look like it would, but it does. It's just perfectly milled. It's a super cool knife. Little bit on the heavier side, but I don't think most guys will care. Spyderco.